kicking off this Learn Japanese by Singing series with one of my favorite anime songs of all time from Fushigi Yuugi, the ending theme, Tokimeki no Doukasen. We are going to go through this entire song's lyrics, word by word, syllable by syllable, and I'm going to break it down for you and explain to you what each part of the song means. And if you memorize these lyrics, you will then have so many model phrases that will help you. So we're just going to jump in right here. Here's the very first couple lines of the song. So the first part, あなたの名前. あなた means you. No is actually the first grammar rule that I learned, and it means apostrophe S. 名前 means name. So let's just look at those three words together. あなた, you. No, apostrophe S. 名前, name. Or in good English, your name. It can also mean name of you. 呼んだらそこで. So yondara comes from the word yobu, but you don't have to remember that. We're just going to look at the verbs as they appear in this song, and you will memorize them as they appear in this song. So yondara means it's a conditional. If I call, or if you want to think passive tense, if X is called. Soko de, it's a little expression that means at that point, or right there. So let's look at that whole line as one complete thought. Your name, if it is called, right there. And in good English, that's just when I call your name. Totsuzen mega samesou. All right, totsuzen means suddenly, and then mega sameru means it's an expression that means to wake up. Samesou, if you change it to that, it becomes like I'm about to, or so mega samesou means like about to wake up, and then totsuzen is suddenly, so suddenly about to wake up. So that whole thought. The moment I call your name, あなたの名前, 呼んだらそこで, just when I'm calling your name, 突然, suddenly, I'm about to wake up. こんなにうまくいきっこない、また偶然、会えるなんて。こんなにうまくいきっこない. So that by itself is a big expression, all right? I will break it down to you and tell you what each little part of the expression means, but as an expression as a whole, it means yeah, right, I should have known that it wouldn't happen this easily. So, こんなに means this much or to this extent. Umaku yuku is a little phrase that means for something to go well. Umaku yukikkonai would mean the opposite of that, so not go well. And then yukikkonai, it's a slangy term, and it's like, yeah, right, as if this sort of thing would happen well. All right, so I should have known that things would not work out like this. And then what things specifically is she talking about? Next line, mata guuzen, aeru nante. So mata means again, guuzen means coincidentally or coincidence. Aeru means to meet or to encounter. And then nante, again, that's like a sarcasm, sort of like as if. So, konna ni umaku yukikkonai, mata guuzen aeru nante means something along the lines of, I should have known that it wouldn't work out this well, that I would happen to see you yet again by coincidence. Hitogomi no naka, watashi to onaji. Right, so hitogomi means crowd. No, do you remember what that means? Apostrophe S. Naka means inside of. So hitogomi no naka means the crowd's inside or inside of a crowd. Okay, 私と同じ. Watashi means I or me. 同じ means the same. So, to is a particle that can mean so many different things. And you know, you'll figure it out eventually. But 私と同じ, remember that expression because it's actually quite common. And you can also substitute watashi with different pronouns. So, 私と同じ means the same as me. If I said kare to onaji, it means the same as him. If I say anata to onaji, it means the same as you. If I say kanojo to onaji, it's the same as her. If I say okasan to onaji, it's the same as my mom. So it's a very, very useful phrase. Something to onaji, it means the same as something. All right? So, hitogomi no naka, watashi to onaji. So, in a crowd, with the same as me, ... We're not finished with that thought yet, so let's keep going. Kami-shita ko dake miteru. So, kami is hair in this case. Shita, kami-shita, if you say kami-suru, it's like it's turning kami into a verb. So, kami-shita means like with the hair done in a certain way. And then ko comes after that, and ko means child in the literal sense, but in this case, it means girl. Like it almost always colloquially means girl or chick. It's kind of like a slangy, informal way of saying girl. So Kami-shita ko means girl with her hair done. And then if you follow our train of thought from earlier, watashi to onaji, it means the girl whose hair is done just like me. All right, it creates a complete thought. Now this sort of thing confused me at first because if you look at the way the lyrics are laid out, it ends the line.人込みの中私と同じ is one line. And then Kamiしたこだけ見てる is one line. Even though 私と同じ Kamiしたこ is one complete thought and you're splitting it up into two thoughts. That's extremely confusing for beginners. Like so oftentimes a good way to translate a song is to, take that stanza of 4 lines and just make one long complete line. And oftentimes it'll make more sense if you do that way. Dake means only or just. And then miteru means you are looking at or someone is looking at. All right, so let's go through the whole lines as one complete thought. So it means you're staring only at the girl in the crowd with the hairstyle the same as me. きっと誰かを探してるんだ恋の相手かなきっと誰かを探してるんだ So when you're singing, you'll say sagashiterun'da. You'll separate those syllables and make them more distinct, but when you're speaking, it's sagashiterun'da. Kitto means surely. Dareka means someone. O is a particle. So dareka o means you're going to add a verb after that, and it will be the verbing to someone. You'll see how it works out in a minute. So sagashiterun'da. Sagashiteru, it's the present participle form of to look for. So it means looking for. So looking for dareka, looking for someone. So someone o looking for means looking for someone. Backwards, yeah? All right, so kitto dareka o sagashiterun'da. Okay, the nda at the end is just a very I am sure of this. Japanese is often quite vague. It's more polite in their culture to be a little more restrained and to not speak in absolutes and not be like, I know this to be true, right? But nda or noda means I'm certain of this. So dareka o sagashiterun'da, that means kitto dareka o sagashiterun'da means I'm sure that he is looking for someone or you, because that's kind of what we're thinking about. Another thing about Japanese songs in particular, they're not always that clear with their pronouns. So you kind of have to piece things together and do a little detective work to figure out exactly whom the speaker is talking about here. Next line. Koi no aite kana. Koi specifically is romantic love. And then here we have no again for the third time. So romances. Aite, this is a very common word. It means a partner. So koi no aite would mean a romantic partner. And then kana is, that's a little uncertain sort of ending. It's like maybe. So maybe a romantic partner, question mark. So let's look at that whole paragraph now. 人込みの中、私と同じ髪した子だけ見てる。きっと誰かを探してるんだ。恋の相手かな? So that's, you keep looking at this girl in the crowd who has the same hairstyle as me. You're probably looking for someone, maybe a romantic partner? Mega atta shunkan. So we had mega sameru before, that means to wake up, and that's a pretty common idiom, so remember that. And then mega atta, or mega au, which is the present tense, that's also very common, so remember that. Mega atta, that means eyes meet. Shunkan means instant or moment. So mega atta shunkan means the moment when our eyes lock. Demo, sore wa watashi de. Demo means however. Sore wa watashi. We already remember watashi means I or me. Sore wa means that. If I'm holding this phone, I say kore because I'm holding it. Kore wa phone. If you're holding it and I'm pointing to it, I say sore wa phone. So sore wa watashi. That means that thing that's far away from me but close to you, the person that I'm addressing. So sore wa is referencing the girl in the crowd with the same hairstyle as her. Ooh, yeah, you see what the plot twist is now. 目が合った瞬間でも、それは私で. And I know I'm speaking this with really horrible intonation now, so ignore my intonation. It's really hard for me to speak it in dialogue style when I have it memorized in my head as a song with the cadences that happen there. 目が合った瞬間でも、それは私で. But the moment that our eyes locked, that girl was me. Okay, the next part, uso yo, uso. Uso means a lie. And then yo is like, again, one of those very like strong, I know this to be true. So uso yo, like it's a lie, like this can't be. Uso yo, uso means like, no way, this isn't happening. Anata, you. Kakete-kuru. So kakeru in this case, with this kanji, it means to run. Kakete-kuru means you're running towards me. So, oh my god, no way, you're running towards me right now. Now we're finally in the chorus. Tokimeki no Doukasen ga. Doukasen, that means like the fuse. So Tokimeki no Doukasen means like the fuse of my passion or excitement or falling in love or heart fluttering, that kind of thing. Ga, again, it's that little particle that's pretty ubiquitous. So we know that we're going to be talking more about this fuse of passion. Karada-juu o hashitteku. So karada means body. Juu means like all over the entire. So if you say Karada-juu, it means all over my body. So Karada-juu o, so we know o means there's going to be a verb that follows. So this verb is going to happen to my entire body. Karada-juu o hashitteku. Hashiru means to run. And then if you change the ru to teku, means like it is like happening and coming more so. So hashitteku means it's like running and surging through me. So Tokimeki no Doukasen ga karada-juu o hashitteku means like the fuse to ignite my passion is like surging and running through my entire body. Bara-bara ni naranai you ni. Bara-bara means like separately, separate pieces. So bara-bara ni naru means like to fall to pieces or to fall apart. But since I'm going naranai, that means to not. So bara-bara ni naranai means to not fall to pieces. And then yo ni, okay, this confused me a lot when I was learning Japanese because yo ni can mean lots of different things. In this case, it means so that this thing may happen. So bara-bara ni naranai yo ni means like so that I won't fall to pieces. Shikkari shinakucha watashi. So shikkari is very common. You'll hear that in anime a lot. Like if a character's down on the ground and someone's like, oh no, shikkari shite, or shikkari. It's like, that means to, it actually means a lot of different things. Like there's a lot of different ways you can translate that, and often I don't like how I see it translated. I often translate it as like snap out of it or be strong. In this case, I think be strong is a really good translation. So shikkari shinakucha. So shinakucha means like I better do this thing. So shikkari shinakucha means like I better be strong. And you add watashi at the end. So it's like, come on, Sarah, you gotta be strong. It's that kind of thing. So, and why do I have to be strong? Because bara-bara ni naranai you ni, so that I will not fall to pieces. So that I will not fall to pieces, I gotta be strong. Or demo chotto, kyou wa chotto. So chotto is a very good word because, like I said, Japanese people love to be vague. Chotto means like, a little bit. And sometimes like you can finish sentences with chotto and like, you don't even have to say anything. Like if someone's like, hey, in Japanese, hey Sarah, what do you think about the current geopolitical climate in the Middle East? It's like, I don't really want to talk about that, or I don't really feel good about it. Like it's that kind of vague feeling. All right, side note, okay, chotto is extremely useful. You can totally use it to get out of all kinds of situations in Japanese. All right, anyway, the lyrics. Demo chotto, demo, again, we got over that before, it means but. Demo chotto, but just a little bit. Kyou wa, that means today, like as for today. Chotto. Okay, so but just a little. Today I'm just a little ... We're gonna finish that thought in the next line. Kimochi ga maigo no koneko. So kimochi, that's a very common vocabulary word in songs. You'll hear it all the time. Kimochi means feelings. And then ga, that particle ga again. So something's gonna happen to those feelings. So maigo means lost. Koneko means kitten. So maigo no koneko means lost kitten. Kimochi ga lost kitten would mean I'm feeling like a lost kitten. So the whole thought is, but today I'm just feeling like a little lost kitten. Yasashisa de semerareta. So yasashi means kind, and then yasashisa means kindness. Yasashisa de means with or by kindness. Okay, semeraretara, that's a little bit of a mouthful. So semeru means like to pursue in this, or like to corner someone. Semeraretara, that means if I am pursued, or if I am cornered. Yasashisa de semeraretara means if I am lured or if I'm cornered with kindness. Tsuiteku shika nai kamo ne. So tsuiteku means to come along with. Shika nai means that's like the only choice that I will have. So tsuiteku shika nai means, well, I guess I'll just have to come along. So you can use that phrase with a lot of things, like taberu shika nai means, well, I guess I'll have to eat it. Kaku shika nai means, well, I guess I'm just gonna have to write it. Shika nai is a really good, important, and useful phrase. Kamo ne is also very useful and important. It means, yeah, maybe, I guess so. So tsuiteku shika nai kamo ne means like, I'm probably have no choice but to follow you. And then nyao is just Japanese for meow. How are we all doing? Are you still watching this video? Good, there's more. There's still half a song left. Ikura nandemo. It's like, even so. It's like, regardless. Dude, this point I'm about to make. Nisugiteru yo ne. Niteru means to resemble. Sugiru is a very, very useful suffix to a verb. So nisugiru means to look too much like. Tabesugiru would mean to eat too much. Misugiru is to see too much. So nisugiteru means like, it's just the present participle form. So it's like, it is too similar. And then ne kind of softens things up a little bit. It also makes it a little bit feminine. So it's like yo ne, it's like, yeah, you know, like right. So ikura nandemo nisugiteru yo ne means like, dude, I mean, like it's just way too similar. Anata no sono hanashi wa. So anata no, so that means your. Sono hanashi means your story in this case. Again, kono means this phone that I am holding. And if you're holding the phone, it's sono phone. So sono hanashi means like your story, basically. So anata no sono hanashi means like your story, that story of yours. So you're saying, wow, I don't know, like what are the odds? Like I think your story is way too similar to my story. And she's gonna elaborate on that a little bit in the next two lines, and you'll see how I got that conclusion of what she's exactly talking about. So, next line. 私がゆうべ夢の途中で So 私が you know, me. ゆうべ means last night. 夢 means dream. So 夢の so dream apostrophe s. 途中 means in the middle of. And then で means like by, in the middle of. So 夢の途中 means in the middle of a dream. Okay, so 私がゆうべ夢の途中で So I, last night, in the middle of a dream, we're gonna finish that thought in the next line. 言われたセリフに So 言われた means to be told. Serifu is a line, like of a script or a play, or just a line of dialogue that somebody said. Ni. Okay, so this ni is key. This ni connects to the very first two lines. So, あなたのその話は私がゆうべ夢の途中で言えたセリフに So this whole 私がゆうべ夢の途中で言われたセリフ that's like one big thought in brackets, and then ni is applied to it. Alright, so keep that in your memory brains. 言われたセリフ means the line that was told to me last night in my dream. So, dude, I don't care who you are. The story you're telling me now, it's just way too similar to the line that I was told in my dream last night. Omoi omoare sae, tsunatsubu no kakuritsu. Omoi omoare. That means like to think about and to be thought about.
That's the literal meaning. It's actually an expression similar to love and to be loved.
Tsunatsubu means like one little grain of sand, and then no apostrophe s. Kakuritsu means percent or probability. So 砂粒の確率 means like it's the probability of 1 grain of sand. So it's an idiom that's sort of like, it's like a needle in a haystack, or it's like an extremely small chance. And then this next part is in Japanese quotation marks. This is him speaking. We can tell that because the pronoun he uses is a male pronoun. So でもね, that means but you see, or but this thing that I'm about to say. その粒, that little grain of sand, ga, boku, that means I or me in male speech pattern. Dayo, boku dayo, that means it's me, dude. Like, I know this for sure. And then the small tsu followed by te at the end of it. People will often add that at the end of what somebody said. It's like in English, when I'm telling somebody a story and I say, well, so I was talking to my mom the other day and she was like, I don't want you to go to college anymore. In Japanese, people would say the quote by their mom. They would say, my mom, I don't want you to go to college anymore, and then te at the end. And that kind of notes like, that's the thing she said.
I gave a really literal and bad translation, so here's a better one. People finding mutual love is a 1 in a million shot. But you see, I am that 1 in a million shot, he said.
Tokimeki no Doukasen ga, once again, but it's doing something different this time. Jinjin itte moeteku. Jinjin is one of those many automatopoeia sound effect things that Japanese has that's so much fun. So jinjin, it is kind of what it sounds like. It's kind of like throbbing and burning, like jinjin. Itte means to say. So itte means like saying jinjin, whatever sound effect you want to put in there. And then moeteku means is burning. So jinjin itte moeteku means like it's burning while saying vroom vroom or whatever sound effect you want to put in there. That is what the fuse of my passion is doing in this chorus. Imasugu ni fuki kesanakya. Imasugu ni means right away. Fuki kesu means to extinguish. Kesanakya, that's the same as, remember when we earlier talked about shikkari shinakucha? That shinakucha ending? Shinakya is also the same thing. So fuki kesanakya means I have to extinguish it. Zettai itsuka kizutsuku. Zettai means I know for sure, like absolutely. Itsuka means someday. Kizutsuku means to get hurt. And usually it means like emotionally. So zettai itsuka kizutsuku means I know for sure that I'm gonna get hurt. And that's why I have to extinguish the fuse of my passion right away. Demo skoshi, hon no skoshi. So this is similar to the demo chotto, kyou wa chotto line. Skoshi means a little as well. Hon no skoshi means like just a little bit. Kono mama sekkin shitai. So kono mama is a very, very useful phrase. Remember it. Kono mama means like to keep things as they are, as going on their current trajectory. So sekkin suru means to get closer to someone. Sekkin shitai, shitai means want to do. So sekkin shitai means I want to get closer. So kono mama sekkin shitai means I want to keep getting closer to you like I'm already doing. Okay, so te ni fureru means to touch. Te means hand. Te ni fureru means to touch with my hand, because fureru means to touch. Furerarenai means to not be able to touch. Te ni mo furerarenai means not be able to touch with my hands. Noni. Okay, noni is a really cool phrase that we don't exactly have a good equivalent for in English. It means like, oh man, even though something, something, something. I studied so hard for this test, noni, I failed. That means even though I studied so hard for this test, I failed. But there's a bit of remorse in there. Like, oh man, what an injustice. So even though I can't touch it with my hands, or even though I can't touch you, ikinari hikkakenai yo. Ikinari means all of a sudden or out of nowhere. Hikkakeru means like to latch onto. And so since hikakenai, that means to not be able to can't latch on to somebody. So there's no way I can latch on to you because I can't even touch you. All right, that's all the lyrics of this song. Then you just repeat the first bridge and the first chorus and you're on the home stretch. Just whenever I'd watch this series and I'd start hearing this music, I'd be like, oh my god, cliffhanger time! And it would be all exciting. Still good after all these years. Okay, everybody get ready. Get your lyrics. I'm gonna have them on the screen so you can sing along. あなたの名前呼んだらそこで突然目が覚めそうこんなにうまく行きっこないまた偶然会えるなんて人込みの中私と同じ髪した子だけ見てるきっと誰かを探してるんだ恋の相手かな目が合った瞬間でもそれは私で嘘よ嘘あなたかけてくるときめきの導火線がKarada-juuを走ってくバラバラにならないようにしっかりしなくちゃ私でもちょうだ今日はちょうだ気持ちが迷子の子猫優しさで責められたらついてくしかないかもねなんでも見過ぎてるよねあなたのその話は私がゆうべ夢の途中で言われたセリフに思い思われさえ砂粒の確率でもねその粒が僕だよってときめきの導火線がじんじんにいって燃えてく今すぐに吹き消さなきゃ絶対いつか傷つくでも少しほんの少しこのまま接近したい手にも触れられないのにいきなり引っ掛けないCan't believe I still remember it this well. Oh, get ready for an awesome keyboard solo. Oh yeah! We're getting on the home stretch, guys. We're just gonna repeat that bridge and that first chorus one more time from memory. 目が合った瞬間でもそれは私でPlot twist 嘘よ嘘あなたかけてくるときめきの導火線が体中を走ってくバラバラにならないようにしっかりしなくちゃ私でもちょうだ今日はちょうだ気持ちが迷子の子猫優しさで責められたらついてくしかないかもねにゃー Well, I did that all in one take. Thank you so much for watching this video. If more educational singing videos like this interest you, like, comment, subscribe, etc., etc. If they don't like you, you've already stopped watching by now because this is a long video. Bye-bye!